Hey there, Prairie Plant Girl here. Well, I'm over in the peppers today. I spent a lot of time over here lately. These plants are just going crazy. Might not be able to see it real well from your view because these are green jalapenos right here, but these plants are just loaded. I need to take some of this off of here, and tonight's the night. So it's Monday night now. Tomorrow we move my daughter back to university, and then hopefully on Wednesday I can get some of these jalapenos processed. So I'm hoping to do, I've already done some cowboy candy or candied jalapenos, and I've already pickled some peppers, which I don't think I used any jalapenos for, but I'd like to make some jalapeno poppers and some rattlesnake bites and just make up a whole bunch, and then I'll freeze them, and then they warm up really easy in the oven. So I think that's what I'm going to be doing on Wednesday. So if I get this all harvested today, they can easily sit in the house for a day while they wait, and then I can get to that on Wednesday. So got lots to do. And then can you see these over here? Oh my, like I've been giving away peppers like crazy, and they're just producing like crazy. See these beauties over here? Oh, they're just gorgeous. But today we're after the jalapenos. And then once I get all these picked, I think I'm gonna move over to the black beans there behind me. I've already picked a few, and well, probably about 2/3, 3/4 of the plants I've already picked and shelled out. And I think I could probably get away with picking the rest. They might not be perfectly dry, but I have some inside that I pulled up by mistake the other day that just when I grabbed one plant, a couple came with it, that are kind of drying out anyway, so I may as well pick the rest and just let them all dry together. And then I'll have my black beans harvested for the season. And yeah, things are starting to clean out. It's the end of August now, so it's time to get as much out of here as we can before we can't. So jalapenos first, and then beans. These jalapenos are beautiful, and like I said, the plants are just loaded right up, so may as well take a bunch off, relieve some of the stress in the plants so I can grow the rest larger, because they're nice and fat. They're nice and fat, but they're not getting huge, and if I take some of these off, it'll help the rest to develop better. I forgot that big old spider was living in here, wasn't it? Look at this little guy that was in there all ripened up. Guess I never saw it happening in there. So some of these are what's packaged on the seed pack as jalapeno mild, and some are Monet. And the Monet is definitely a hotter jalapeno. But even some of the mild have a bit of a kick to them. It's kind of funky. I'm just going to take it, chop it up for something. I should have brought the basket around with me. Monsters. That's a pretty good haul of jalapeno peppers there. So tempted to pick more peppers. I have all sorts of big beefy bells that are growing here, and these candy cane peppers, and I have tons of banana peppers and sugarish peach. Oh, you name it, I have lots of peppers. But I think this is going to keep me busy in a couple of days, so I think this is what we'll work on, or I stick to, I guess, for tonight. I'm going to get those beans because I should be able to get them picked and shelled out tonight as well. And that'll make me feel like I got a little bit done here in the garden today. So let's get those beans. So here's those bean plants, and they're looking pretty good. So some of these beans are ready to just pop right out of their shells. Some are a little bit leathery yet, but this here is still a bit leathery. But when I open it up, if I can get it open here, it's still nice, good black beans inside. They just need to dry out before I, seal them up too much, or they could wind up molding on me. But I'll just make sure that they, get lots of air circulation, move them around a lot before I put them in a jar and keep them over winter. So I've already got, I think, about half a liter in a jar maybe already, and then probably at least that much that I shelled today, but that's a little bit damp, most of those beans, so they'll dry down a bit yet. And then whatever I get picked off here tonight that I still need to shell. So but yeah, I did a little bit of shelling of the beans earlier today when I had a few minutes. I just sat down and shelled a few, and did a few yesterday. I'm trying to clean out what I can in the garden because I definitely have some sort of a rodent. I suspect a vole in here. So I'm trying to, I let the dill grow wild through the year. Pulled a bunch of it out because it's gone to seed now anyways, and I'm not going to get enough cucumbers probably to make pickles, so just pull that out so I don't have a jungle of dill for the vole or whatever it is to live in, hide in, and I'll just keep pulling things out as I can here. Try and make more open space. So you see down there that little hole, and there's several more in this bed. Something's dug that in there and eaten out. I've cleaned out, I don't know if I told you this, yesterday I cleaned out all my beets, and I had more down the far bed against the fence there. Pulled them all out. They'd all been eaten. It was really just tops left. There's parsnips down there against the fence, and they haven't been eaten that I can see yet, so hopefully this creature doesn't just move on to parsnips. I still have potatoes to pull out of the ground, but I'll get to that. So when you have things like voles or mice in your yard, what I found is one of the best things to do is to just open up the space so they don't feel like they have a lot of places to hide and bed down. And then natural predators like hawks and that, if you have any of those around, or foxes, coyotes, if your yard is open where they can get to them, will come in and clean them up. And we have a lot of, unfortunately, domestic cats that wander the neighborhood, so they might come in here in the night and be able to find the rodents more easily if there's more space open up to them. And we have lots of birds of prey that do come flying overhead here, so Maybe they'll swoop down. I don't know if we have any owls around right near my yard here that come hunting through here. Don't notice them at night if they do, but we certainly have hawks during the day, early morning, evening. And then after that, I'm gonna get things like traps. Also, if you have lawn and you don't want the voles hanging out and ruining your grass under the snow in the winter, because they're active all winter, a good thing to do is to cut your lawn real short for the last mow of the season, because for whatever reason they don't find that as interesting to hang out in as long grass. Since I started doing that, I've had much less vole activity up until this summer. So before that, I was constantly having to deal with voles in my yard, in the spring especially. So I do think that low mowing at the end of the season helps. The rest of the year I keep it a little bit longer than a lot of people do, but at the end of the season the grass goes really short. And we have heavy snow cover. We get really cold here. I'm in Saskatchewan, Canada. So I don't know if it's the snow cover that helps, but it doesn't seem to hurt the lawn being cut really short before winter. This pod's quite green. I'm not sure it's going to be ripe inside. Oh, they are still black. You see that? So they're ready. Rogue tomato plant. So, last couple plants here. And then we'll have the black beans harvested for the season. I didn't really pick the best basket for beans that want to be shelling out, but that's what I grabbed, so try and get them all to go with me. This is one plant, so that's 3. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 23 bean pods off that one plant. Some of these I think that I just pulled. I'd been picking off of there on that side yesterday, so I think some of them just hadn't got pulled up, but maybe I had pretty much empty. But it's incredible how many are still on here. But look at this. See this? I suspect my little unwanted guest had a taste of these. We don't want those ones. Well, I don't. I can handle bug damage, but rodent damage, I don't know. It's on a whole nother level for me. Last two, I think, there. Yeah. So there, the bean bed is pretty much cleaned out now. Got a nice, another bunch of beans to shell and harvest. I've got a whole bunch of debris here, and you can't see it, but there's all sorts of leaves that have fallen off the plants on the ground here in front of me. So some cleanup to do, and then I'm gonna shell out these beans. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.